Bonjour tout le monde et bienvenue à Learn French by Suchita. Je m'appelle Suchita, votre enseignante de la langue française, et dans cette vidéo, on va apprendre les pronoms relatifs, which means the relative pronouns. Before we begin with this video, I would like to introduce you to my website www.learnfrenchbysuchita.com, where you will find recorded courses for all your French language needs. We have courses for DELF A1, DELF A2, DELF B1, TEF TCF recorded course, French phonetics as well. We have special courses for our school students ranging from grade 5 to grade 8. We also have courses for university students who are enrolled in certificate course or diploma course in Delhi University. And finally, we also have courses for our school students who are aiming to appear for their DELF Prim or DELF Junior examinations. So hurry up and check it out. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. And as I already told you in this video, I'm going to take up the topic relative pronouns. I have divided this series into 4 parts. Basically, there are 4 relative pronouns which I have to teach you. So in each video, we'll be taking up 1 relative pronoun, right? So before we begin with this video, I would request you to watch this video till the end. And in case you like this video, do not forget to give a thumbs up to the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and mention your comments in the comment section below. In case you're not following me over my Instagram page, which is Learn French by Suchita, go and follow me over there as well. Now here, I'm going to take up the topic les pronoms relatifs, which in English would mean the relative pronouns. Now before I actually start teaching you what are pronoms relatifs in French, let's just understand what exactly is a relative pronoun in English first, because the same concept we have in French as well, right? So first question is, what is a relative pronoun? Basically, whenever you have 2 sentences, you should have 2 separate sentences. Whenever you have 2 separate sentences, and in the second sentence, you have a repetition of something from the first sentence. If you see here, I have written 2 sentences. I saw a lady. The lady was wearing a red dress. Now there are 2 sentences. In the second sentence, what is the repetition that we have from the first sentence? The repetition is the lady, right? Now, we use the relative pronouns if you want to combine, if you want to join the 2 sentences, and also you have to avoid the repetition of the repetitive word in the second sentence. So for example, if I say, I saw a lady, the lady was wearing a red dress. So what is the repetition in the second sentence that we have? The lady. Now, what word should I introduce in my sentence so that I avoid writing the lady, which is the repetition, and I join the 2 sentences? So I'll say, I saw a lady dash was wearing a red dress. Now just think, what would you say? You would say, I saw a lady who was wearing a red dress. So that who is your relative pronoun. So if I write who over here, that is going to be your relative pronoun. Because by introducing who, I joined the 2 sentences and I avoided writing the lady again. So I saw a lady who was wearing a red dress, and that is what our topic is. Okay. Now if I take another example, I went to Paris. I saw a lot of monuments in Paris. Right? There are 2 sentences. What is the repetition in the second sentence? In Paris. Here the repetition was the lady. Here the repetition is in Paris. Right? What should I introduce in my final sentence so that I avoid writing in Paris again, and also I join the 2 sentences? I went to Paris dash, I saw a lot of monuments. I went to Paris where I saw a lot of monuments. So you see, who is one relative pronoun? Where is another relative pronoun? The concept of relative pronoun is that we have 2 sentences, and in the second sentence, we have the repetition of something. In order to avoid that repetition and in order to join the 2 sentences, you use certain relative pronouns, right? So this I've explained in English. Now we'll do it in French. Now, in French, you have 2 types of relative pronouns. En français, il y a 2 sortes de pronoms relatifs. So, in French, there are 2 sorts of relative pronouns, 2 types of relative pronouns. The first one being les pronoms relatifs simples, the simple relative pronouns, and the second one, les pronoms relatifs composés, which means the composed relative pronouns. So, les pronoms relatifs simples
and les pronoms relatifs composés. But in our series, we are actually going to do les pronoms relatifs simples. Now, there are 4 simple relative pronouns. Les pronoms relatifs simples, when we are talking about les pronoms relatifs simples, there are 4. Qui, que, ou, and dont. Right? There are 4 relative pronouns, simple relative pronouns. So that is why I have divided the series into 4 parts. In today's video, we are actually going to do the first simple relative pronoun, and that is qui. Alright? Otherwise, there are 4. Qui, que, ou, dont. In the first part, I am going to teach you qui. Second part will take up que. The third part will take up ou. And the fourth part, we are going to take up dont. Now, we are going to take up the first relative pronoun in today's video, and that is qui. Alright? Now, we use the pronoun relative qui to replace the repetition of a subject. Let's understand this through an example. The first example that I've written is J'ai vu une fille, elle portait une robe rouge. So what did I tell you? In order to use the relative pronoun, we should have 2 sentences. The first requirement is that you should have 2 sentences. So you have 2 sentences, right? The first one and the second one. Now, in the second sentence, you should have a repetition of something from the first sentence. J'ai vu une fille. I saw a girl. She was wearing a red dress. Now, think and then tell me, what is the repetition in the second sentence? The repetition is elle. Right? I saw a girl. She was wearing a red dress. So, she is the repetition. Now, look the second sentence. Don't look at the first sentence. Look at the second sentence. And let me know in the second sentence, what is elle? That is the subject. What is the subject? Subject is somebody who does the action. You do not have to look with respect to first sentence. You have to look with respect to the second sentence. In the second sentence, elle is my repetition and elle is my subject. So, we use qui if you want to replace the repetition of a subject. Now, I want to remove elle from my sentence. I want to join the 2 sentences, and elle is my subject as per the second sentence. So, my final sentence will look something like this. J'ai vu une fille qui portait, and rest of the sentence will remain same. Qui portait une robe rouge. Right? So, I saw a girl who was wearing a red dress. So, here I have used the pronoun relative qui. Now, let's understand the pronoun relative qui through some other examples. Alright? So, I would request you to grab a notebook, grab a pen, we'll solve it together. Right? Voici la table. La table est dans le salon. Now, again, you have 2 sentences. Now, just look for the repetition in the second sentence. In the second sentence, the repetition is la table. Here you have la table. In the second sentence, the repetition is la table. So, here is the table. The table is in the living room, right? So, in the second sentence, you have the repetition of la table, and just think that is it the subject or is it the object? It's the subject. Now, since it is the subject, I told you use the pronoun relative qui if you want to replace the repetition of the subject. So, you will say Voici la table. The first sentence as it is. Now, you want to avoid la table. Instead of that, you will say qui est dans le salon. And if you want to translate this sentence into English, it will become, here is the table which is in the living room. Right? So, qui doesn't have one specific meaning. If you remember in the previous sentence, the meaning of qui was who was wearing the red dress, right? Here the meaning of qui is which. So depending on the sentence, the meaning would change in English. Okay, let's look at this. The third one. Je cherche un livre. I'm looking for a book. Ce livre parle de la nature. This book talks about the nature. Now in the second sentence, you have the repetition of ce livre, and again that is your subject. Since it is your subject, you will replace this by qui. Je cherche un livre. You'll write the first sentence as it is. Je cherche un livre qui. Instead of ce livre, you'll say qui parle de la nature. Bien? So this is your pronoun relative qui. Here the meaning of qui is I'm looking for a book which talks about the nature. So here qui means which. Next one. Je connais un bon restaurant. I know a good restaurant. Ce restaurant est près d'ici. This restaurant is near here. In the second sentence, the repetition is ce restaurant, and that is again your subject. Okay? If you want to avoid this, you will write qui. Je connais un bon restaurant. Now, instead of this, you will say qui. Qui est près d'ici. And the English equivalent would be I know a good restaurant which is near here. So this again means which. Now, if you see all these sentences, you will observe a pattern. After qui, what do you have? What is this? You'll observe a pattern. Even in the previous example that I said, after qui, you will observe that there is always a verb. This is also a verb. Parle is a verb. Et is a verb. In the previous example, I said, j'ai vu une fille qui portait. So after qui, we had porté. So you'll observe a pattern that after the pronoun relative qui, you always have a verb. Alright, so here I have given you an exercise to do. This is your task you need to do. There are 7 parts. In each part you have 2 sentences. Your task is that you need to join the 2 sentences using the correct relative pronoun, right? I'm going to do one with you just for an example, just to show you how do you need to do it. Let's take any one as an example. Let's take the 6th one as an example, okay? Avez-vous pris les clés? Elles étaient sur la table. There are 2 sentences. The first one is this and the second one is this. You need to join these 2 sentences using the relative pronoun. Now, avez-vous pris? Have you taken the keys? The second one is they are on the table. Now, what do you need to do? I told you in order to use the relative pronoun, you always look for the repetition in the second sentence. Now, in the second sentence, the repetition is elle. So, have you taken the keys? The keys, I have used L for the keys only. They are on the table. So L is my repetition for keys. I want to avoid L and I want to join the 2 sentences. So L is my subject or object as per the second sentence, not as per the first sentence. As per the second sentence, my subject is L. So if you want to avoid the repetition of the subject and you want to join the 2 sentences, you use the pronoun relative qui, which we did. So your final sentence will look something like this. Avez-vous pris les clés qui étaient sur la table? So instead of L, you'll write the relative pronoun qui. Now similarly, you need to do all the other parts. The answers of these you will find in the description box below. But still, if you have any questions, you can mention that in the comment section below. And I'll see you soon with the second part of this video, in which we are going to take up the second relative pronoun, which is the pronoun relative que. And I'll see you soon with the next video. Till then, au revoir, à bientôt et bisous bisous.